Hello everyone, welcome to Lamina Nails. In this video, I'll be doing a very simple sunflower design on my nails. I already have them all shaped the way I want them. I'm going in first with Madam Glam Beige Rose, which is like a sort of foundation-y looking color. It's a very light beige with a sort of pinkish undertone in it. It does not clash with my olive skin tone, so I'm really happy with that one. I received some products from Madam Glam like a month or so ago from when I'm posting this, and stuff happened. I'm not gonna get into it, but here I am finally getting around to using it. I did two very thin coats of this, like super thin, and it really does build up like good coverage very fast. And each layer went into the lamp for 30 seconds. Now, I will say before the video starts, there are parts where my nails look very dry, and it's because I keep cleaning off my nails with isopropyl alcohol to prevent lint from sticking to them as I was doing this design. So if they look dry, it's because of that isopropyl alcohol, just drying them out. I do put oil on them at the end, and they look fine again. They look fine right now as I'm filming this, or recording this, I should say. So, first layer is that Madam Glam Beige Rose, but you can use whatever color you want. You can use white, you can use anything closer to your own skin tone. This would probably look really pretty with like a caramel sort of like tan color underneath. But here's a list of all the colors I'm using. Okay, we're using Madam Glam's Perfect Yellow, which is like the perfect yellow, like actually perfect. Highly recommend it. Beetles Gel Polish in A75, more of a golden yellow. Modelones 1141, a muted, more like 70s yellow. Beetles Gel in 450, which is what I would more closely call a dandelion yellow. Then Madam Glam Night Shift, it's like a sagey green. Modelones 0550, a true brown. Like if you're looking for a true brown, that is a true brown. Modelones 1196, which is like a tan color, which is probably really pretty as a base for this design. And lastly, we have VENALISA Mud Gel in V41. You can just use a regular white if you want to. I just had this close to me, so I grabbed it. So those are all the colors we're going to use. I put them on a little palette so they'd be easily accessible. But basically, I took this little thin brush that I got from AliExpress for like $3, and I made this, for some reason I was going to call it a Walmart symbol, but this little like 6-petal design, and then I took a little handheld light and set it for a few seconds, not like the entire 30 seconds, just to set it. And every time I make a pass in a different color, and I set it. And that's the best way to keep the petals, defined as you make this little sunflower. So a couple of petals, then the light, a couple more petals, the light. And I did complete this, put in the lamp for a full minute, and then I added a few more on top. So make sure to actually cure it when you're done with it for a full minute to make sure that it's set and, like won't distort. So here's the second pass, just a little more detail. And I do add the brown at this stage in the center, and then I work it out to add that dimension, or like almost like a shadow effect going on here. And just like layer it back and forth, quick cure, and then a little of that tan color for that shadowing, and then a little more of the dark brown. And just as you build up, it'll actually start taking place. So it might look horrible in the beginning, but you get to the end and it's actually a sunflower. So that goes until that for a full minute. And then we move on to the center, and the center will just be that dark brown with a little bit of yellow mixed in. So first pass is just the brown, put into the lamp for 30 seconds. The second pass is the brown with a little yellow. So I did sort of mix the two together on the brush and then tap that on there. And what I really feel is the difference maker is that white. So I'm going in with the white from VENALISA here and just creating like little petals, but they're more like an illusion to make it look like those petals are really defined. I think at first it was like really not looking cute, and then as soon as I went over with the white, it really like brought it all together. Then that goes into lamp for a full minute because VENALISA will smudge if you don't put it into lamp for a full minute. I think I did the little stem before I cured it. So a little stem with that green and then into lamp for a full minute. And I'm sorry I got out of frame a little bit here, but I took a little bit of that brown, mixed it into that green, a little bit of some yellow and a little bit of some white just to make that stem look a little more, you know, realistic. And that goes into lamp for 30 seconds. Just basically trying to add a little detail to it. Basically for the other 4 nails, so they didn't look too plain, I added like the smallest rhinestones I could find. And these are AB rhinestones. They have a gold back on them, so they have more of a golden hue to them. I went in with Modelones base gel and then just added on those little rhinestones at the bottom of my nails near the cuticle. And so far they're holding up well. I mean, it's not like it's been long since I recorded this video. It's actually, you know, not as long as it seems like. But each one goes into the lamp for 30 seconds just to set it. Although I did zap it like pretty fast. And then I put it into the lamp for 30 seconds. For the sunflower, you might need to build it up depending on how many layers you added to it, how thick it got. You might have to build it up and then hold the nail upside down to make sure that it levels itself out properly. So check it from all angles and make sure that it looks good, and then put that into lamp as soon as it looks good for 30 seconds. I think I went over that nail twice just to make sure that it was level with that base coat. And then I'm going in with, oops, I don't know if I said Madam Glam or Modelones. Madam Glam base coat, sorry, and Madam Glam's top coat. If I did make a mistake, I'm sorry. So Madam Glam's top coat now, and then that goes into lamp for a full minute. And that's the completed look. Make sure to go a little bit up on the edge of those rhinestones just to make sure that they don't pop off. But don't cover the top because they'll lose their shine. So just so you all can see it, I do put some oil on my nails. It makes them look a lot better than what they started with because of that isopropyl alcohol. It really does like horribly dry out my skin. But that's the finished look. It's super easy. It's like at first it looks a little weird, but then all of a sudden it comes together and it's like a cute little sunflower. So I hope you liked that. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And I thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye bye.